If you're new to writing an American-style resume or looking to make some changes on an older version, you should know that resumes are often your first impression with an employer. Job materials are meant to highlight your education, experience, and relevant skills to an employer to show them you're the right candidate for the job, all before you've met in person. People who do an effective job of presenting their experience and expertise are most likely to be hired. The American resume is typically one side of one page, though it can be up to 2 pages for an experienced professional. A general guideline of who is considered an experienced professional is 5+ years of full-time experience in the field. When considering how to organize the resume, consider how to cluster information in ways that will be easy to understand. Essential section headings include identifying information, education, experience, and skills. Other common section headings include profile, academic projects, activities and service, leadership experience, professional associations, and interests. However, a resume that has more than 6 sections will often look cluttered. Organize your resume so that the most relevant sections are higher up on the page. For example, you could have a relevant experience and additional experience section to orient your reader towards the most relevant information first. You also want to make sure that every section is in reverse chronological order, which means that the most recent information within it is higher up on the page and older information is listed lower on the page. Frame your experience using bullet points instead of paragraphs. Each bullet point should begin with an action verb that demonstrates a relevant skill, which simply means a verb that demonstrates physical or mental action. For example, you might say that you presented a lecture to an undergraduate course on complex mathematical topics, or that you planned 12 events over the course of the semester for a student club. HR professionals quickly skimming a resume will often read just the first word or 2 of each line, which is why using action verbs, specifically strong action verbs, can make a huge impression. You also want to avoid writing bullet points like tasks were or responsibilities included. Even those beginning with action verbs like assisted or worked on are generally felt to be vague and less compelling than other stronger options. Here is an example of a better bullet point. Analyze trends in religious persecution globally in 2018 and draft and edit reports for stakeholders. Some aspects of resumes that are common in other countries are not appropriate for U.S. employers. Unless you're applying for acting or modeling jobs, do not include a photo of yourself. You should also avoid personal information such as your date of birth, marital status, and nationality. Additionally, there are parts of a resume that used to be common but are now outdated. The objective section about your hopes for a position should not be included. Though experienced professionals or career changers may opt for a very brief profile or summary section that highlights major career accomplishments and expertise. Also, there should be no mention of references on your resume. Make your resume visually appealing so employers will want to read it. Use one font style consistently at a size 10 to 12. Using fonts that are easy to read, like Times New Roman, Arial, or Tahoma, are strongly encouraged. Margins should be 1/2 to 1 inch, and the resume should be single-spaced and ready for 8.5 by 11 paper. Use caps, underlining, and italics to direct your reader around the page to important information. Avoid using text boxes or pre-made resume templates which are not necessarily designed with your needs in mind. Remember that these are norms for American resumes and are not necessarily best practices when applying for positions outside of the US. Styles and acceptable content are different all over the world. Do your research on what's expected for job materials in any country where you'll be applying. To learn about resume strategies or to customize your own, talk to a Wasserman Center career coach or check out our additional resume resources.